Futures Trader Elite here with NQ Premarket Prep on Friday, 9/19. Let's finish off the week really strong and start off with looking at pulling up the 15-minute chart. As y'all can see here, we've got a 1 hour trend line down here, this green line. And then this here is going to be a 15-minute trend line. So, excuse me, what I'm going to be looking at today, we're sitting around 731 right now. As you can see, we're inside this zone box right here above the 15-minute trend line. Here's some key levels I'm going to be looking at up top. It is Friday, so I'm expecting them to drag this to the downside, but maybe not. This yellow line right here is around 755. I'm going to be watching that area pretty tight. And I put this little zone box in up here. It's only about 10 points. 785 to 795. Because if you look over here, even though we got about 820 yesterday, look at all these wicks. And wicked out, closed at the bottom of this box, wicked out, closed under it, wicked out, closed under it. We finally tested this box and went up, but then wicked out, closed in it. And I mean, it's just, this is a tough area right here for sure. So that 10-point range right there, I'll be shorting in this box all day today if we get up there. And well, I say that, but it depends on how it gets there. You know, if it just busts through it, you gotta be watching momentum and price action. If it just pierces through it, then I'm not gonna be shorting there. But first reaction to it, I will, and then see what happens. But after seeing what this did right here, I'm gonna have to question whether or not just a short there altogether until it breaks down. And if it gets past that, we got this high up here. It's around 820, 815, something like that. What you're going to want to watch for, though, is say it does get up to this high. I cut a video yesterday where I played a short on the sweep of the high. If they sweep it, you need to be careful that if you put your orders in at the high, say right in here, 5 points ahead of it or whatever, you got to remember if they sweep the high, they could shoot past it. When you sweep something, you might get a 10 or 15 point push past. So you got to decide whether or not what kind of risk you want to take. I ended up like 7 deep when it swept the high yesterday. I ended up, it was a good trade, but I was prepared for it. But it's something we don't really talk about much about. You know, if you go 5 points ahead of the high, and instead of just picking them up and rejecting, it might sweep a higher, and it don't take very long to get pretty deep in the red if you're on NQ, if that happens. So it's all a judgment call you got to make for yourself and your risk style and what you're willing to do. Either do it five points ahead and then stop out, or if it's going to sweep the high, maybe put your orders in above the high, expecting it to sweep past it and pick you up and fill a little higher. But these are all areas, like I said, that I'm going to be watching. First, this yellow line, then this box, then this yellow line. Say it gets above all that, which I don't think it's going to, but then you got your R1 pivot at 854, and then the next one up there is at almost 25,000. So those are what we're going to be looking at to the upside. Now, if we're looking to the downside, you got your golden pivot at 675. We're at 720. So if I could see a downward move quick to 675. I'm going to be buying that as a first reaction touch for a bounce. You can see back here, we shot, and it's just like the all-time high. You know, it swept past this pivot right here. Long wick. It sucked all that up and closed, opened this candle and shot above it. And then we tested the pivot a couple more times and then it took off. So you might want to watch for the sweep. A lot of times I do place my orders beyond what I'm looking at for a sweep reaction, you know, up to 10 points. The problem with that is a lot of times I miss out on a trade because I do that. And it only gets to, let's say, where this green candle is right here. I've got a lot of footage where I had my order set and look at this candle where it barely went through this pivot. I have, let's say, all my orders set 5 points past or beyond, and then it only gets to right there and then turns around and goes up 50 points or better, and all my orders are sitting down here untouched. So it's up to you to make your own judgment call on your entries. Just don't, if you set your orders down here somewhere and then this happens, don't start chasing like fear of missing out unless you know you got another plan put together for entry, exit, and all that. Because then you start chasing things, the plan, if you have your order set and your plan does not even trigger, it cancels out and you have to come up with another plan. You can't just jump in and trade for no reason. Because just because we're looking to the left of the chart and this happened, let's say that it was in the middle of the day and this happened and missed my orders, you know, this could have sucked back up and come over another 3 candles and then bam, straight to the downside. So you can't just jump in and chase. So first things, pivot, 675. Then we got this yellow line down here is 645-ish. And then this zone box is 600 to 570. We got this pivot, this support pivot down here is 534. And, you know, that's getting down there. We're a couple hundred points away. And then we got this 1 hour trend line down here. I'm going to have to update that live in the live updates in the Discord. Once we start, market opens and we start moving around, if I'm seeing anything worth trading, I will try to screenshot it and throw it in live updates. I think that's all I'm going to have for NQ Premarket Prep this morning. Everybody have a good Friday. Finish the week off strong. And I'll see you on the recap. If you want more content like this, smash that like and subscribe button and come join us in the Discord for free.